Thanks for inviting me back. I guess you know what you're going to get. This chapter is about the future of money. I'm sorry to say it doesn't tell us anything interesting about that at all. Whenever I hear cryptocurrency enthusiasts talk about the future of money, I think, oh, isn't the current system great for fiat money and regulated banking? And then whenever I hear central bankers talk about the future of money, I think, isn't the system of cryptocurrency great and clearly the future of money? Basically, always seems to convince me the other way around. And I felt that reading this chapter as well. This chapter is just one big apology for maintaining the status quo with regard to the centrality of the central bank and seeing no other means by which you can get trust and an anchor on value creation in society than to keep track of money. And in some sense, of course, why would we expect anything different from this author? And I've met lots of central bankers, and they're all the same in this regard. They're all cut from the same cloth. And so the big issue is this: is you have to remember when you're thinking about the future of money, why we have money. And the reason we have money is this: is if I go and I go to a car dealership and say, I want a car, they go and say to me, who are you wanting a car? What have you done to deserve that? And I say, well, I've worked really hard. I've done research and I've taught a lot of students and I've helped out at CDL and I've been really good this last few years. And they say, oh, that's good. That was the social contract. Here, you can have a car for that. Enjoy. Now, obviously, we are gonna, that would be a slow process if we had to justify each transaction in the social contract that way. So instead, what happens is I say, I want a car. They say that will be a certain amount. Can you give me a token of appreciation? I say, yes, I can give you here. Here's 30,000 of them. And you get and I hand it over to them and they say, that's fine. I don't need to know where that came from. I just know that you must have done something right to get that thing. And that basically determines all the value in a society. And we anchor that by the units by which we define those tokens that we exchange with each other so that we don't have to ask any more questions about what people are thinking, doing, feeling, or anything else. It's a wonderful world. So, but the point about this is that entire artifact rests on people trusting that system and that agreement is all in place, which of course leads you directly to a cornerstone institution in society that's going to get you that way. But that institution already reveals its tenor. Basically, every one time something else is suggested here that would make things easier for consumers. I mean, basically, I read this chapter and think, God, it's hard to pay for anything in this damn world. And why should it be? And no one puts up with this. And you see the answer. It said, oh, we could solve this tomorrow. We could give you all the great accounts with the central bank to individuals. And then what is the reaction to that? Here I quote page 118. In a wholly digital world, if they had that same right, they meaning us, depending on the design, it would lead to instant bankruptcy. The whole system will go down unless we keep people in frictions to change them from being able to exchange money and exchange payments in a free way, which is why you start to wonder if this is the right system.
It was very well summarized, the Magna Carta point. The point, there is real value in this form of delegated authority to an institution to provide the support for a fiat currency, and it's into that world that a series of innovations come. I actually do. I mean, I think I'll fast forward and just say I do think some of these innovations are going to succeed. I do think we will end up with a monetary system that has a central bank digital currency at its core, but there will be a series of other native currencies for certain applications that fill gaps in the payment system. And that is one of the challenges for the central banks. This is the equivalent of the rise of fractional reserve banking, which happened accelerated in the 19th century. What central banks had to do changed quite dramatically. And so it's how central banks will interact with that new system of private money that will exist in parallel. And if they get it wrong, it will spill over into the international monetary system. Now, I didn't draw all of that out, but if you want to know what I think, that's what I think.